Good.
Yeah, good. All right.
Yo, 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 this is Fab Morvan. Yours truly with
Colin
Colin.
Angus.
Yeah, Colin Angus in
What's
the
up?
house. This is Fab Morvan.
Yeah.
Yours truly. Music is life, life is music. Introducing my friends, the serie. So here you go. We got Colin Angus,
Uh-huh.
great photographer. We've shot
Yeah.
amazing pictures together. And like I told you, I like to introduce you to people I've worked with that I believe in not only as artists but also as human beings, because I believe that as artists, when you do it from the heart, your work is an extension of who you are. So I just wanted to have a little chat with Colin, you know, about you know photography, and just gonna get into it. Are you ready? But before we start, you know what I'm about to do. I'm gonna send you some virtual energy. So I do it. I harvest the strength of the positive energy, and I go pow, pow, pow. That's how we like to do it, because it's about, there's a gift of giving and a gift of receiving. Thank you for watching and listening, and maybe tonight you might get something out of what we're talking about, out of what Colin's talking about, because everyone tries to find their calling, and none pun intended. you know, and finding your calling and loving what you do, and that's what I like to talk about here. Find what you love, because when you find what you love, it's gonna be all right. So, Colin,
So good.
the floor is yours. I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna start with one question,
Yeah.
simple question. What made you start photography? How did you get into it, and what attracted you to photography? Because photography is still; it doesn't move.
Right.
But when I look at a photography, a great photo, I see movement, I see colors, I see the work that went into it. So how did you grow into becoming this?
I think for me it was started as a kid. Started when just having the fascination of the camera, being in front of the camera and being holding the camera, feeling, touching it, being curious about this object that I could just put up and just take these capture moments, capture
Yeah.
like you can just capture a moment that you see, and just from there it was. I mean, just working with other great photographers, being on set. Um, I was always intrigued by the lighting and the movement that they were capturing, the moments they were capturing, and then that inspired me to just want to do the same thing. I felt that I never came from a creative background. My dad was he was a worker. He worked in a body shop. My mom was an accountant.
Tell them where you're from, because I'm sure everybody's
I'm South African. Yeah.
Colin's got an accent. So
Yeah.
it's like, that's right.
I'm South African.
That's right.
But yeah, creativity wasn't bred in my family, and then it just.
So how did you went from not being creative to become so attracted and consumed, and went deep into this, because when creativity strikes, it's like you open that door. I like to read like, it's this new door, it's a new dimension. Right. So what happened when you discovered creativity?
I discovered myself. That's what it was. There's a creator in all of us, and there's creativity in all of us. It's I think in some way we've been brainwashed to believe that we have to find a job and work and fall into the system. But and that's the way I was brought up.
Right.
Go and get a job. But it was through the modeling and the fashion and working with alongside other creatives that struck the curiosity inside of me, and I went on like a self-discovery journey. And that's
Curiosity is the word, guys. Curiosity will drive you places. So
Yeah.
be curious. That's one advice. Same thing for me. I was curious. Go ahead, continue.
When you find the creator inside of yourself and you realize that you are a creator in this world, that's what that drove me to like just wanting to create and discover this thing. I always loved using my hands and stuff, making things. But I found the camera was the object that was my tool for creativity.
That's right.
As I said, it started with me as a young boy, just being fascinated about this thing that I could hold up and take pictures or be in front of or be behind of. And then when I got older, it was just one day I was like, whoa, hang on. I got all these model girlfriends, these model friends of mine, Why don't I take pictures of them? They're beautiful. Let me do it, Because I've always had people take pictures of me. And then I was like, I got bored. I got bored of being in front of the camera. And not to say it's not creative. It is creative.
No.
It's definitely creative. But I needed something in my hands. These hands were like made to create things. And then I just was like, I'm going to get myself a camera. I bought myself a camera. And I went to the beach one day and just started taking pictures. And I never went to school. I never went to, had to go study the camera or anything like that. It came to me pretty intuitive. Naturally. And that's what I say, if you have a passion for something, if you have a desire for something, just go and do it.
That's what I talk about all the time. Figure yourself out. Because if you're not happy with what you're doing, don't keep doing the same thing, because it's not going to change. So there is something wrong. So follow your instinct. Very important.
And one thing you have to realize is that there's this creator. It's inside of you. It's not out there. It's inside of you, and you tap into that. And when you discover that, there's the universe opens up to you. It's what you can create and what you can put your mind to. There's a great saying about what you believe you can conceive.
What you really can conceive. I have this one. Awake the sleeper in you.
That's right.
Same concept. Awake that passion in you. Because when you awake that passion in you, then you suddenly will have dreams and aspiration. You got to keep dreaming, because that keeps the drive going.
Right.
You have to dream. Without dreams and aspirations, you're not going to want to go anywhere. So find what you're into that will inspire you to just, making goals.
Right.
When you make goals or have, dreams or goals, pretty much are the same for me, And when you get there, it's not a 9-to-5 thing we're talking about. We're talking about creativity. We're talking about creativity is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it will be atrophied. You'll lose them.
Right.
So, but once you start to like pump in that muscle, man, it's addictive.
Right.
So don't fight it. If it is in you, don't be afraid. And I know sometimes it's hard. You have to find like a balance between having a regular job and doing it. But don't let the regular job rule you. Make sure that you keep, you do the job, you need to pay your rent. I get all that. But find yourself and do it. Maybe it's a hobby at first, but hey, it could turn into something. Believe that it can turn into something. Make sacrifices, People spend a lot of money on a lot of unnecessary things. So invest in the tools that you need to further your dreams or aspirations or goals. Like I'm sure you did.
Right.
You bought your first camera, you saved, then you wanted to develop images, like
it's a lot of things. You've got to, don't listen to the outside world. Don't listen to
Nope.
what other people say to you. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in. And this is the thing that I had to get over was um, I was doubted. I doubted my creativity. I doubted that I was an artist. Until one day a friend of mine said to me, my friend Ezra, he was like, Colin, you're an artist. And I go, I'm an artist.
Well, it was a good friend because that's if someone sees it in you and lets you know, that's what I call good friends. And those are the kind of people that you want to surround yourself with, people you can trust and they want the best for you. That's important.
Right.
That was a true friend.
Right. Yes,
because it helped you.
Yeah.
For some reason, it helped you and guided you. It was instrumental in defining you and finding yourself, and that's the key to life.
Right.
Simple, basic, but find yourself, whatever it is that you want to be.
Right. You got to believe in it in yourself as well, and you got to not compare yourself to what somebody else is doing. You draw in a particular way, you sing in a particular way, you write in a particular way, and you got to love that way. And you got to build on that way. Don't try to be somebody else. You got to be the artist that you are, not that somebody else, not a dancer that somebody else is, not the photographer somebody else is, the photographer that you are, the artist that you are. I also struggled with, I looked at my work and I go, oh geez, I'm not good enough, man. And I self-doubted myself, and I was like, I'll never be like those guys. Those guys are good. But then, that is that's just the mind saying to you.
Oh, that's the noise.
Yeah,
that's
the noise.
The noise. You got to take that noise out and try to reduce it to a maximum and go into yourself. Give yourself like a month of not listening to the negative thoughts and try to do what you're supposed to do for yourself. Treat yourself like your best friend. Motivate yourself like your best friend would. When you have a best friend, it's like, man, come on, do it, man. Do it to yourself. And see what happens to what you're doing. Remove the pressure, remove the noise, and believe. I know it sounds cliche to many people, but I made it this far. Colin made it this far. Still believe in yourself. Try. That's all I'm saying. I'm not preaching. I'm just bringing people in front of you who've gone through the journey of discovery. And when you realize who you are, because of course I'm an artist, Colin is an artist, this is my way of life. But there's such a thing as human being, finding yourself is so necessary, because when you find yourself and you're able to finally define what you are, what you stand for, what you love, then it'll be easier for you to walk down your path. So yes, we talk about creativity, but at the same time, it's just life, soul searching, soul discovery, self improvement, becoming better versions of ourselves. And mistakes. I mean, are there any mistakes? I don't know. I think that good or bad, it shapes you into who you're supposed to become, and things happen the way they're supposed to happen. Hold on, before we continue, we got people like Fils de Jean Noir. Ah, tu parles français, toi, hein? Lauren Rasmussen, Tembisi, always here. They like Pod, K, Thomas Moore. Thank you for coming. This is a spontaneous, how I roll. I just came here. I told you I'm in California. I try to do this new thing called introducing you to my friends, the serie. And those are the people, like I said, that I vibe with, that we have great conversation with. So I wanted to bring to you some of the conversation, Colin and I have had in the past, and try to put it into a bottle or a glass and then serve it to you, because we both believe that you have to be like water. Bruce Lee said, you can't put water in a glass, in a cup. So just go with the flow and don't be afraid. That's key. Don't be afraid of being who you are, and forget whoever is saying, man, you're crazy. you look crazy. Forget what people say.
Yeah.
Because it's not about them. It's about you.
Right.
And whatever problem they have, it's not with you. It's them. Just so you know. So let's move forward and talk about whatever you want to talk about, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Put it on there. Bam! We're here to just vibe, y'all.
Yeah.
We're not like there's no scripts here.
Yeah.
Like I said, I try to bring people that I believe in as human beings. Colin is a photographer, but I love the way he thinks and his perspective, and everything's on a positive. So spill some beans on that, man. Something just like introduce them to your train of thoughts. Like,
Vision. I think vision is really important. Is just to have like a vision of your life, what you want to create, the goal. You've got to definitely set goals.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll just be a
Going in
leaf
circles.
that's just
Yeah, I like
tossed
that.
to and fro.
You heard what he said? A leaf that just flies left to right.
Yeah.
What the leaf does in the wind, it just flops.
Yeah.
You can't flip flops when it comes to your life. Otherwise, you're gonna lose time. And one of the most precious commodity, I'll say it again and again, is time. Money, you can lose money. You can always make it back, but time, yo,
Time is life.
time is life.
Time is life. Every moment is life. Yeah. I think you just got to start. Don't think about it. Don't overthink about it. Just if you want to be a singer, just pick up and start singing. If you want to be a photographer, just pick up a camera, start shooting. It's like anything. Don't doubt yourself. Just pick it up and start doing it. It's not like you have to go to school and learn these things. You got YouTube now.
You got everything
on YouTube
at your fingertips.
Yeah.
You can find out anything you want. But what I'm interested in, it just came to me. Colin has been a photographer for a long time, and he's going through a transition because when you're a creative being, you start with one thing and then you kind of move because we have different love as creative people. We love various things that brings fire into ourselves and awakens a certain fire. So what has been the new fire that's been awakened your soul and your passion? And I know you got photography, visual, but what has come into play for you? Like what the music part?
Yeah, I'm also working on my
Tell me,
DJing.
man.
I'm working on my DJing. I've always loved DJing. I remember like being in the clubs. In this one club in South Africa, it was like the bomb. It's called 330, and my friend was the DJ there, and I always used to look at the DJ booth, and I was like, man, that is so awesome. I want to just be in it. It was like a dark dance floor with just one strobe going, and it was techno, underground techno. And about 4 years ago, I started working on my DJing, learning how to do it. And one thing that came to my mind is that music is inside every one of us.
Oh yeah.
Music is inside of you. It doesn't matter who you are. It's that's where music comes from. And don't be. You got to remember that even though you think you're a body, you're not a body. Okay, you're not the body. You are the energy of the body, the vibration of your body. Don't get caught up and think that I'm this 3-dimensional thing and I'm stuck in this world and I'm limited. You're not limited. You limit yourself through your own thoughts. You limit your creativity through your own thoughts. Doubt is a killer. Fear is a killer. You got to break through all of those things and watch what happens to your life.
Like Evoke said, free your mind and the rest will follow.
Right.
It really is that, and when I discovered that part, but there's steps that you have to be taken in order to get to that point. And I always tell people, for me, I used to go to bed really late all the time. And when I started really changing my sleeping habits, then I installed more discipline in my schedule, and I was more time efficient. So when we're talking about making goals for yourself, and then having dreams, you're gonna have to organize yourself, and you know, because obviously, if you have goals and you're trying to figure things out, you got to learn those things, give yourself some time, learn those things, implement implement those things, mess around, and finally do your own thing. That's it. Because you get the tools, you play with the tools, you build it, keep building. You make mistakes. This is how you discover what this thing that you're trying to figure out. So time efficiency is number one.
Right.
Health is super key. So going to bed at a decent time so you can maximize and have your brain work.
Right.
Because going to bed late, I've done it for years. I used to do it for years, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. So.
Yeah, being overtired doesn't.
No. Because when you're overtired, you're not going to create your best
Right.
work. I understand working in the night is cool.
Yeah.
It's the vibe, but once you start to understand that, you got to be fresh. So try things out. Like I said, I'm not preaching to you. I'm just sharing. We're just sharing what we've learned on this journey, because we've been on this earth for a little bit.
just a fraction, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, So
we're
like
still babies, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And like Colin said, don't limit yourself, and free your spirit, mind, and soul to be you. Be you. Okay, y'all. So let's read stuff, because I see people on the side here. Okay. That is funny. What's up, Fizz? Because I just read that Veronica said that if you don't know what Fab's goals are, then you don't know. I don't know what you're doing here. So I didn't read the previous messages. I don't know. But okay, you're writing a lot of stuff, bro. Okay, because I don't, I come here live, but I don't always take and read all your questions. You see, tonight it's not one of those. It's more like I want to let my friend Colin express himself from the heart to you. Like I said, he's a good buddy of mine, and every time we shoot, we do incredible work.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
appreciate that.
Surely do. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, through YouTube, you can also post. There's a posting system.
Yeah.
As well, just like Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
So to add to the conversation, like I will post by tomorrow. I need to find a picture and then post it so they can understand what I talk about. But you have also social media.
Yeah.
So tell them where you are so they can go check out what my man does with the camera.
You can find me on Instagram under Colin Angus, ColinAngus. That's my Instagram, and then also on Facebook, same thing, Colin Angus.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're not making it too long, just passing through, to give you some love. I want to go see maybe if there's a question that is worth answering, because I get a lot of questions all the time. So, but when I see a good one, I'm like, yo, I got to answer that one. So let me check what we got here. Okay. Well, regarding the time, I'm being very spontaneous, guys. So I didn't know when Colin would be free because he was busy shooting. He's a busy dude. But I was like, yo, man, whenever you finish with your shoot, come by. I would love to have you. And I'm glad you made the time.
Thank you so much.
Because this is right now, this little interview we just did is forever. So I believe in build it and they will come.
Right.
Because I might not have tons and tons and tons of followers, but I'm building this thing. I'm building this thing where it's going to be a library of thoughts, see, so in each movies, I consider that like a book, a small little book, and you can go in, and like in a half hour, you can grab something, vibe with it, and I hope that we will open a new door inside of you and awaken the sleeper in you, and get out of wherever you are and discover new things. Like we said,
Yeah.
curiosity
Right.
is the key to creativity.
Right.
It's one of the elements, in the equation. So let me check what we got. Thanks for the insight. Okay, Lauren, how you doing, girl? Let's see, we got Chile, ¿cómo estás? Tomás. Okay. Okay, physiquement. My goal. Okay. Fils de Jean Noir. My goal. The liberation of all living beings. That's cool.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit, man?
The liberation.
Because I know Colin got some stuff on that. Make it sure, man. Give it to them, man. Because I know that kind of triggered you, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
You want to cover?
Yeah.
He's going to give you just like the liberation of all living beings. Listen, we are constantly bombarded by noise.
Right.
People are trying to get into your mind and get you to like this or like that or whatever. Oh man, tell them a little bit, because we had I think it was last year or the year before, because we've known each other for a while, and one time I think we were on the phone. I don't know. I think I was coming to your place, about to go on a shoot, and we started a conversation about just that, So come on, man, go for it.
Releasing the ego, I guess. I mean, I think that's what it really is. Part of my message is about, losing the ego, finding your true self within you, allowing that to come out. And, one thing I always tell people is you're not your name. You think you're your name, you believe you're your name, and because someone started calling you, they'd say Dani, hey Dani, and then suddenly one day you just started responding, Dani, okay, and then somebody says, oh, you like this, and mom says, oh, you like this, and he just goes, you like this. Well, you're none of that, It's just a series of veils that have been put on us, and then when we lift and remove those veils, that light within us starts to shine, and that's our true self, and we must not believe that, the world is the way we see it. It's not really the way we see it.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And actually, as a matter of fact, when we talk about releasing the ego, when you remove this veil and unveil who you truly are, then you'll see how different types of people will start to gravitate towards you, because it's all about energy.
It's all energy.
It's all energy, and that's what Colin is saying essentially. It's all about energy. So when you're able to remove the negative energy, because I really believe that there's positive and negative energy in the world, and the one thing that people, and I really believe that there's positive and negative energy in the world, and the one thing that people, and I touched on that a few times, like there is an invisible world there, and especially in the world of creatives like us, we come across a lot of people, and sometimes for example, if you shoot someone and the person that you're going to shoot, you can feel right away like if the person is open or closed. So we have a good sense with a good sense with like people's energies. Right. It's like automatic, and one of the reasons why we connect so well is because we vibrate at the same frequency. Because it's a frequency. All frequencies and energies. I don't know what the number is, but I can feel it. And so Colin and I, we can sit there, chill out, not make a plan, and by just because we've had this conversation, we can have a conversation with you guys and take you into our conversation. And because we vibe, it flows. There's no paper here, oh, we're going to talk about this. No, it's just a conversation and it comes from the heart.
And you get a sense of aware of that when you walk into a room and
oh, yeah.
You say, oh man, I felt the vibe in that room. Like I always got that when growing up, I was like, you always hear it, oh yeah, when I walked into that room, I felt that vibe was weird. And when I became more and more enlightened, I understood what that
meant,
what it is, what it meant, and what it is.
Exactly.
You feel energy all around you. I mean, your feet are constantly, walking on the ground. That you're constantly breathing the air. It's like oneness for me. I'm want everybody to understand this oneness, this concept of oneness. That we are one. We are
I have
one.
A song like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are one.
We are one with the entire universe.
That's right.
And we are one with each other, and we're interconnected with each other through these vibrational forces. And if you just meditate upon the fact that you were not created, nothing put you in this universe. You were formed out of the universe, and it's a different thing when you use the word formed as opposed to created. When something is formed, it comes out of, it's shaped out of, and all of us are shaped out of the universe. And we are these vibrational beings wrapped up in human flesh. And we are constantly in contact with the earth and the air and the water. We drink it, we breathe it.
I think it was 70% water.
And when we come out of that mind frame of that, oh, I'm a body, and I'm sick, and I'm sad, and I'm depressed, and you can change your thoughts.
You can. And I mean, as a matter of fact, it's been proven that music, laughing, can change your brain chemistry drastically.
Right.
Like that. Again, music is energy. Laughing is energy. Laughing, music are positive energies. So oneness, unite each other. Right. Smile. A smile can change everything. Right? I think we covered. We took you somewhere. We had a little conversation. Different concept. I wanted to bring Colin's concept. But listen to it, vibe with it, and you can get something out of it. That's what this is about. Introducing my friends to you, the serie. So, Colin, one more time before we leave.
Yeah.
Your social media, so people can go see what you do.
Yeah.
With your photography.
All right, you can find me on Colin Angus, ColinAngus. That's my Instagram, and then also Colin Angus on Facebook. And hit me up.
Bam! Fat Morvan, Colin Angus, Los Angeles, California. Yeah. It's what time? It's 12:03. It's my bedtime. Bye-bye. Until the next episode. This is Fat Morvan, yours truly.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was dope.